All right, and we are back. We are Promethean Entertainment. I'm Dalton.
And I'm Garrett.
Today we're here to talk about Disney and Deadpool 3. We're going to talk about how we think this is meta commentary done right in an age where it is used
So much.
quite often
Oh
and
my God.
so many times just done so poorly, even by this company. But, I mean, if there's a movie to do it,
It's
this
Deadpool.
and, I mean, it's done right.
Oh my God, did they do it right?
So, let's talk about that.
Let's do it, man.
First up, let's get into it. This is going to be a spoiler video, so if you haven't seen the movie or you want to wait to know anything about the movie, you dip out right now. Okay, this is for people that are diehards and have seen it and want to talk about it or hear somebody else's opinion on it. But, man, they immediately pay homage to the old school movies.
Immediately.
Pay homage by talking
Yes.
about how good Logan and stuff was.
Yeah.
But also, what did you say through the whole movie? What was the subplot of the movie?
Fucking fuck Fox.
My God,
Fuck Fox. That was the actual subplot of the entire movie.
Any jab or stab they can make at
They
20th
took it.
Century Fox. Oh my
The movie
God.
was 2 hours and 7 minutes long, and I would say a good
like solid
45
30, 40
minutes was
like,
Fox jokes.
Oh my God,
Which is
hilarious.
the right way to go about it, I think.
Pretty early on, Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
aka Wolverine, and Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, get sent to the trash world, the void, which we saw all in Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And in that is where this film truly starts to blossom.
It goes.
They bring back so many old cast members.
People that I genuinely forgot about. Like, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
What's it? Steve Rogers. He comes out. Everyone thinks he's Captain America.
Everyone thinks
He's
it's
waiting
Cap.
for him to say Avengers Assemble.
And he says, "Flame on!"
Flame on. I forgot
Oh
the dude.
My
was
God.
Johnny Blaze from Fantastic
Blaze.
Four, man.
He was originally Johnny Blaze. I think it was his movie like in 2002 or 2004.
Somewhere it was.
I don't want to say 2004 because it is Fantastic Four, so that
Right.
seems wrong.
There was
But it's
two,
somewhere around that.
that and the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But I think that was a little later. But
It's something
Oh my
I
God.
totally forgot about.
they had him as Johnny Storm, and of course he was in the void, the trash
Oh
world.
man.
But then a little play on Mad Max comes in, which
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Insane.
Furiosa. And then you have the OG dude that played freaking Sabretooth.
Yep.
In the old comics, you end up seeing Toad from the old ones. You see the original Pyro.
You didn't point that out till I didn't realize that. until you
Yes,
told me.
because I didn't realize that. I
Yeah.
was like, who is this? Who is this? And then it clicked to me because I was seeing all the old X-Men cast members. They have the old X-Men Juggernaut on there.
Ugh.
And it's like, I mean, yes, it's
Oh
like
my.
nostalgia barf in your face,
It really is.
but it's good. And
it's not good. I think it's the only way they could have done it.
What a way in a freaking series and timeline that is so convoluted and overplayed and
Exactly.
like so much going on. What other way would you kill a universe and bring it into a new era of Marvel and Disney than this? Like, such a good way to kill off, pay homage and make fun and talk about how cheesy and old and bad they were
Exactly.
while bringing it to the new age.
It's
Like,
it's
beautiful.
it's
Beautiful.
a goodbye film that's transitioning into what will come, but they could only do it with Deadpool, I think.
because of the fourth wall break.
But not just like, well, yeah.
I
But
mean,
like,
that's really is it, but it's also different because, like, we talk about how, like, is it a good way to do meta or not?
Right.
Because, like, we talk about, like, She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, She-Hulk broke the fourth wall and talked about, like, oh, look, we're doing something, like, that's a bad trope, right? And it was just bad.
yeah.
It's like, yes, you're making a bad show. Like, this was making fun of itself. Disney even brings up the multiverse stuff. They're like,
Right.
like Deadpool literally talks about, like, we know you're sick of the multiverse. Can we stop this? It's a little overplayed, yada, yada. And I'm still a little on the fence of, like, okay, Disney's just talking about how they've dropped the ball on a lot of things and people are kind of getting over it and the market's oversaturated now and they're making fun of that. So,
Right.
haha, is that a good thing? Should we be hopeful for that or should it be bad? And I'm still kind of on the fence.
I think it's a good thing.
As cameraman Chris pointed out,
It's true.
Disney doesn't usually do this.
No.
Disney, I can't think of a time where Disney has made fun of itself so much.
There
And
were some serious
like-
jokes in there.
They admitted, like, we fucked up.
They-
Period. We fucked up. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
And, like, people are sick of it. We know that. And hey, here's this beautiful, awesome movie. And we're going to tell you that. But that's not the only time they address the audience, though.
No, not at all.
They talk to the audience in a lot of cool ways, because it's not just Deadpool breaking the third wall in moments and saying, "Hey, audience, when you get into the Void World, not only do they bring all the old cast back, but when they find the resistance, the people that are surviving."
Man, did we...
Old school Electra comes out, and I was like, holy crap, 10-year-old me
Jennifer
is on
Garner.
Morgan. I'm just saying.
Jennifer Garner, back in the prime, like she never left. She rounded that corner.
Still so good. And she still looks the same. And in that Electra, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Insane. Awesome. Who came out next?
Blade!
I fucking almost passed out. I almost passed out.
And what does he say too? He said, "There's only ever been one Blade, and there's only ever going to be one Blade."
So that's telling you
that he is going to be playing Blade in the upcoming movies in an interesting, cool way of doing meta commentary, right? And then Remy Libo comes out. Who is he? You pointed. I didn't realize it.
It took me a second.
I did not realize.
Channing Tatum.
And I'm like, that's not Channing Tatum.
Dude, it's him. Creole Cajun accent.
Remy Libo.
Dude. Oh my god! I think he nailed it.
And then they're like, "Well, that's what do they say? Like, wait till you see our leader." And Deadpool goes, "Is it freaking Magneto? Like, please tell me it's Magneto." They're like, "No, he's dead." And he's like, "Fuck." But it's freaking Mutant 23 or what is her official name?
Laura something, I forgot.
But essentially Wolverine's daughter. Yes,
Logan.
the OG, the little girl from Logan, and she is more grown up now. And she
I want to know how they all ended up in the. But that's probably something they can make.
Because they're all trash movies from Fox. Because Disney bought Fox. That's how they're in the void.
Meta. Meta. This whole thing is on a meta train.
But so they introduced this in this plot line. And then, then they talk to the audience. Like, later on, they're like, they use it in a very interesting way. Just like he said, there's only one Blade and there's only ever been one Blade. They say, this is our, they even say, like, on their little arc, it's like, this is our fight, this is our ending. Yep. You guys go ahead, this is our ending. This is the ending people wanted. Yada yada.
They were happy as they jumped through the portal.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then they say, like, towards the end, like, Deadpool and Wolverine saved the world. And, like, we had some friends that help us out. Is there anything you could do to, like, save them or bring them back? And they go, yeah, we think we could help with that. And it's like, oh man, so like all these people are coming back.
The possibilities
coming back, like
they got so many avenues that they can play off of, man.
What a cool way to address
rebirth,
especially with a character that's all about breaking the fourth wall. Instead of just being like, yeah, you'll see these guys again, basically. Like
they didn't have to
telling you that. Yeah. I mean, it is obvious, but like, still, man, you didn't have to go the extra. You could have done it a cheap, shorter way to address the audience by breaking that fourth wall completely, rather than making it natural in your commentary of the movie. Like, I was so impressed by that. I'm like, man, like you don't see enough of that today when you're talking about meta films, whether it's like political satire, like like fantasy satire, like whatever. You don't see it done that well, no matter what it's talking about.
It's a hard thing to do.
It is.
It's a hard thing to do, and
meta commentary is overused and it's very hard to execute.
Deadpool is the king of this shit, but like everyone around the board did great. Disney did great. Ryan Reynolds did great. Hugh Jackman did great. Everyone around, they all cared and they had fun.
Hugh Jackman, like 58 or something.
I don't know how he did it twice. Dude did it twice
on the screen, but
he did it twice.
He's not the youngest.
No, throw it up there.
And he came back twice. And
twice. And the second time, I like more than the first time. I don't understand. His range is nuts. That's all I'm gonna say.
And this is the first film where we say, like, it felt like such a powerful line. Like, of course, my lady was sitting there, and like she didn't watch all the old ones like we did, and it's still like she was still like, this was hilarious. She was enjoying herself, She's like, this is awesome. Like, I had a great time. But like me, like when they said, I can't remember what the exact first line was, but it was the first time I heard mutant in this universe. And then later you hear they say, you brought a mega level mutant into this universe. And I'm like,
it feels good, boy.
Like, what? I just heard this all in the same realm? Like,
tingling all over.
Like, just like the nonchalant, like, powerful line delivery of like, this is the first time we've heard them referred to as mutants. Because like, even when you had Scarlet Witch and Silver Surfer, they were genetically modified humans,
which is ridiculous
because of the copyrights and stuff, right? Now the potential is there.
It's on, dude. It's on.
Like, you see the little montage when Deadpool is searching for Wolverines.
Who'd we get? Who'd we get?
Henry Cavalier?
Henry Cavalier.
No, it's Cavalier. Henry Cavill, and they said Calverine.
Henry Calverine. Yeah, he looked great.
He did.
He looked great.
But they show, you pointed out, because I was like, holy crap, like, is that Wolverine Goes to Hell? And I was like, yes.
That's
insane.
Like
the 80s X-Men, I'm like, no, that is Wolverine in X-Men Apocalypse when he lost one of his arms and had a freaking
chopped it off
beam gun on him.
Yep.
And then you see one of them get up from the bar ready to fight him. And he's like this big. And it's like, oh, aren't you cute? Hello, comically accurate Logan. Like, because he's like 4'11" or 5 foot in the comics. Like, he's very short.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, like, just all that little play and reference and homage. And then, they talk so much trash about Fox, and they really go into that. But then at the end, they also, like, it's like, okay, well, can you fix this Wolverine's timeline because he messed everything up? And they're referencing the old films and all the cheesiness and bad stuff, that happened. And, like, they look at me, it's like, there's nothing to fix. And so that tells you they're going to leave everything alone. They're not going to worry about making a bunch of remakes.
Led him to what made this the great.
That's what he said. Right. That's what they said. That comeback, this revitalization. Like, there was so much to read into from those few sentences of dialogue.
It's insane.
And then that was the same scene they brought up, like saying that a lot of the old ones are coming back, like Elektra, Blade, yada, yada. And then at the end, they're like, Deadpool sitting there and he's like, so I'll be seeing you around? He's like, what are you going to do? He's like, I'll figure it out. And he's like, am I going to see you around? He goes, probably not. And you're like, oh, God.
It hurts.
But that's a good thing.
It is.
It's a good thing.
It is.
So, what more is there to say with this stuff? It is absolutely meta done the correct way.
It perfectly. Deadpool itself helped them do that, but they had a clear goal, and they had fun with it, and I think that's why they did it so well. I think the Deadpool trilogy is...
Like, this one
solid.
Was, the third, like, this is an absolute 10 out of 10 for me. Like,
yeah.
This was a perfect Deadpool movie.
Yes.
Like, this was a perfect Deadpool movie.
I thought the first one was good. Thought the second one was better than the first one. This is my favorite.
I'll say I believe it's important because this is the one where it's like, okay, you made fun of yourself. You admitted you made a bunch of mistakes.
Right.
Y'all have made some great stuff like Loki, which you played on this movie. You see the TVA and everything else. It's like, okay, do you hold up to your promises and make the changes? And do you satisfy the fans?
Mm-hmm.
Is this your big turning point going into the next phase of Marvel?
The Phoenix.
Is this going to be the thing that build up to Secret Wars? Because everybody thought this was going to be the start of Secret Wars.
That was crazy.
Wars, and no one had any idea what this plot was.
What did he, just real quick, because I know we're about to finish this up, but right at the beginning they did the little intro, don't have your phone on, but it was Hugh Jackman and Deadpool. They were talking about not having your phone on, but right before they did that, Deadpool was talking about Secret Wars. You remember that?
Yeah, because he said everybody thinks this is going to be the Secret Wars.
That's crazy, dude.
They literally, because,
it's in their bag.
I saw in the Hot Ones interview, they were like, how did not
get leaked?
Anything get leaked? And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I feel like we know this plot.
No.
And then we go in and we're like, no one knew this plot. No one knew this plot.
No, they did great.
And that was awesome. That was a nice change, too, because everything gets leaked nowadays.
Like we said, it's the Phoenix. It's going to give birth to a whole new wave of good stuff, I think.
Or terrible.
We don't know.
That's the whole thing. It's an important movie.
Did they do it right on this? Yes.
Absolutely.
Can they keep it up?
We'll see.
It's
Disney, so we'll see.
It's Disney, man.
But this is a first for Disney and a success for Disney, in my opinion.
That's a success for Disney.
But, guys, with that, we're going to wrap up, not take any more of your time. If somehow you made it to this part of the video, please leave us a like and subscribe if you feel like we're in that one. And stay tuned to see what we do next.
We love you.
Love you.